Basically, I'm going to teach you the corporate communication strategies. First, we're going to understand the importance of corporate communication, that what actually, basically why corporate communication is important. But before that, we must be knowing that what actually it is. Corporate communication is how companies share information to internal and external audiences and engage these audiences in a bid to manage brand perception. That is, the people who are working inside the organization or a firm, and people which are associated with you from the outside. That is, suppliers, government, your consumers. We have to fulfill both the needs. Now, the audience, that is the external and internal. The parties of internal communications are the employees and the company's management. That is the people which are working inside the company. Whereas those of the external communications are the customers, shareholders, investors, clients, and general public, suppliers, and etc. Now, people which are actually funding your organization, they're also responsible to know what is actually happening in the corporate. Now, there are three major categories which actually sum up the corporate communications: management communication, marketing, and company communication, or you can say the corporate communication. Let's discuss these. Management, which is also known as the managerial communication, is a function that enables managers to communicate effectively with their teams, build stronger relationships, improve the employee's experience and well-being, and they drive the employee success in the workplace. Now, you both are working, right? And I'm sure that there must be some manager, HOD, or the head of the department in your organizations as well. If you have a good relationship with your manager, you're definitely going to work very smoothly in a very friendly environment. You are going to meet the deadline on time, and you will be effective and efficient at the same time as well. Do you agree?
Yes.
Right. Yes.
Perfect. Now, what actually a market communication is, which is also known as the MARCOM, it is the messages and media that marketers use to communicate with the target market. Now, we have different targeted market in every organization. For example, many organizations focus on the teenagers, specifically maybe the toddlers or adult, if we are talking about the clothing line. And the tobacco company, the one which actually are included in making the cigarettes, they are basically targeting the adults. But like in more developed country, they're focusing on the children as well by encouraging them to take the vapes and pods as well. So that is how they communicate with them through the target market. Examples of the marketing communication includes traditional advertising like brochures, flyers, direct marketing like one-to-one communication, social marketing, presentations, and sponsorships. Um, you guys must be on Instagram, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Whenever we are scrolling through the stories or even the reels, like after 3 to 4 stories or reels, a sponsor ad just occurs. It pop-ups because they have paid the organization. And we get attracted to it. Company communication, or the corporate one, it is the management or orchestration of all the internal and external communication to create a favorable point of the view and prompt desired behaviors among all the stakeholders. Assigning tasks to employees, receiving and responding to customer feedback, and publishing a press release. Like whatever is happening inside the company, firm, or the organization, it should be well known to the stakeholders and the shareholders, because they are the one which are making the direct decisions. Whom is going to be the board of director of the organization, and they are the one which are investing in the organization as well. They should know each and everything from finance, from the research and department, and from the production management. Clear these three things?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Next, we have, again, a general information. Using the corporate communication, The communication department builds the company image, maintains a positive reputation um, in the industry, and bridges information gaps between employees and management. Now, when we do a communication in an organization or a corporate, it is very important that we are building the image of the company or the goodwill of the company together because it has a positive or a good impact on the industry, on your rivals, on your competitors, and inside the um, company as well. When we are having a good relation, a good corporate communication with the employees and management, even with the board of directors or the lower level management, everything is going to work smoothly. There is not going to be any gap between us as a manager or employees. The audiences targeted through a corporate communication strategy include customers, employees, stakeholders, the media, regulatory agencies, and the general public. Now, in the target market, these all people are included. It is not necessary we are targeting to a certain market, for example, Ferrari, or you can say Lamborghini. Their targeted marketing is only towards the elite class, but that's not necessary. They have to answer the question to the common general public as well, to the stakeholders as well, to the employees, workers, everyone, which is like helping to make that brand becoming successful. Corporate communication helps to maintain company wide contact so that all the departments can work together towards a shared mission. Now, when we are like making an organization, there is a vision statement and a mission statement as well. Vision is what our thought is, what we are thinking about the company to be standing after 5 years. And mission is that what are the goals of the organizations going to be, or mostly the objectives. So it's very important that every department should know that what the mission is, should never forget it. When used externally, that is, consumers, shareholders, government, investees, corporate communication helps the company achieve various purposes, including maintaining its brand identity, direct brand reputation, managing the crisis. By brand identity, it's the goodwill of the organization. Um, like in Pakistan, most of the time, people like ladies, they shop from Khadi or Sapphire. People from an upper middle class and a bit elite class, they like to shop from Mariabi because they have a brand identity. I don't know about brands in India. I think, um, can you guys tell me about few brands of clothing brands?
So I usually take Pakistani brands, so I'm not sure about Indian brands
Right.
either. Yeah.
I think there is like Sabia Sachi something.
Those are really high-ended ones. Sabyasachi and all those are really high.
Yes, but like the people from the elite class, even from Pakistan, they do order from them because of their
Yeah.
brand
So,
identity. Basically, the
right.
concept behind this was this that I wanted to tell that
Okay.
they have the name. Okay, clear the slide as well.
Yes.
Okay. It typically takes a different form depending on which audience is being addressed. That is, organizations should know that whom they're talking with, who their target audience is. Their strategies should also change like that. It often consists of written, that is the website, press releases, memos, verbal and visual communications. Now, verbal includes the interviews, one-to-one communications, and visuals are the photographs, infographics, illustrations, mostly towards the graphic designing. Building a corporate communication strategy helps companies drive growth, scale, and stay competitive, and its success hinges on building a strong brand identity. Now, corporate communication has a direct relationship again with the brand identity. If you're having a good communication inside and outside the organization, brand identity is going to affect like that. Then we have these few products, which like these people perfectly uses the corporate communication. The social media accounts, Twitter, Google, Amazon, different retail websites, friends and family like Instagram and Facebook, even the WhatsApp, and TV, website ads, newspaper, radio, and other. Like back in 2000, people used to rely only on radios, and even in the 90s as well. And if we talk about other, people used to like get into the communication through writing letters. Again, these are the form of communication which includes reports, advertisements, website copy, press conferences, interviews, photographs, and etc. Okay, now these I have like added few links to these slides. When we are going to do the assignment, these links are going to help us. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Whenever we like the examiner is going to ask us about the importance of corporate communication, we have to directly link with some an organization. It can be IMF, it can be World Bank, it can be McDonald's, Burger King, like KPMG, OECD, OGDCL, any company which is multinational, because they are the one from which you can like easily get the data. Clear, both of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And now 1.1 states that what is the purpose of corporate communication? Corporate communication is like, this is the definition, is the practice of creating, fostering, and maintaining a consistent brand image and identity. By image, it's mean what actually your brand is selling and how the people are perceiving it. And identity is how people know your brand. Oh yes, we do shop from them. They are very renowned brand, like that. Effective corporate communication helps you mold a company image that promotes internal loyalty while also creating loyal external customers. Now, how we can achieve this? We can promote the internal loyalty by giving them fringe benefits from time to time, giving them health insurances. So we can achieve this by like making the employees, the workers happy, by giving them health insurances, fringe benefits, commissions, bonuses. In this way, they're gonna work effectively. And we can make the external customers happy by giving them discounts, by sharing a little bit of data with them, like the stock exchange company do. Like the company which are like registered on the stock exchange, people which are investing in those companies, they have a clear impact that what is actually happening in that company. They have the whole data with them. The purpose of corporate communication is to allow a company or the organization to communicate both profitably and effectively. Um, Whenever we start a business, the main propaganda or the objective is to maximize profit maximization, or to have enough sales revenue. But they want it to become like um, whatever the mission statement is, the objectives are, they need to be implemented effectively as well. Because they don't want to gain a profit at one time, they want to get successful as well for a longer period of time. A company depends largely on it. A company depends largely on its relation with its stakeholders, that are the clients, community, employees, suppliers, in order to realize its objectives. Now, the organization should have a very nice relationship with the stakeholders as well, which specifically are the clients, community, employees, suppliers. If we make them happy, give them safe environment, safe benefits, they are going to work effectively. They will ultimately benefit the organization. Corporate communication is used to motivate and inform employees and stakeholders, and is a tool used to persuade and lead customers. People which are working inside the company, they do get the motivation because they are talking toward the board of directors as well and to the upper management as well, mostly the general managers. It is there to provide public information and create two-way communication to enhance the understanding of the stakeholders. Obviously, when there is a two-way communication going on from the managers to employees, stakeholders to the employees, or the lower management, the problems they are facing can be discussed in a very friendly manner. They can easily talk together and solve the problems and issues. Is this slide clear as well?
Yes.
Then it is used as a tool for the public relations as it involves constructing relations with the consumers and responding to their inquiries. Obviously, having a good relationship with the consumers, it is also a part of corporate communication because once you know that what your consumers want from you as a company, as a producer, you're going to work more effectively. You will provide them with what they want. Whatever they demand, you're going to supply with that. The company's website, email, and one more thing. If you're not responding to the consumer's queries, what will happen? They will go to your competitors, your rivalries. They won't see if they are like getting a high quality or a lower prices. They're gonna switch the producer. Sorry. The company's website, email, and social media presence allows customers to engage, and the company can thus monitor and respond to the stakeholder interactions. Now, whatever the decisions are going on in the organization, which should only be shown publicly, we should provide them through the online platforms as well. We can send them the messages, direct messages, emails, or we can upload on the um, social media accounts. Like for the SMEs, which are like the small companies, they can use the WhatsApp feature because WhatsApp has launched a new feature on the WhatsApp status that now we can do a voice note on the status. So it is a plus point now for the small organizations. All of these two-way interactions must be done timelessly, like on time, in order to be effective and to reinforce the public image created by the company. Now, once you're into the market, obviously you are facing the competition aspect. It's very important that you build a very good public image. But apart from that, it is more important that how we continue to make that public image like always great, always good among the consumers. It is used to create channels between the different authority levels of the corporation, which is essential for the success and growth of a business. Now, if we look upon the top managers, they need to be aware of every aspect of their company, that what actually is going on in the organization, between the employees, between the lower level workers, between the suppliers, everyone. And lower staff are going to work harder if they feel their ideas and grievances are being heard. That is, when they're going to have a good relationship, a communication relationship with the top level managers or their MDs, they're going to tell their problems and the um, events through which they get happy, maybe the bonuses and commission. In this way, they are going to thrive a healthy environment in the organization. Depending on how well a company communicates its vision and strategy with its resource holders, determines the success of its efforts to influence context and reputation about the company and how it functions. Again, vision statement is very important. That what are your thoughts? What are your goals? Only then we can work as a good organization. Corporate communication is a key tool in allowing effective and timely distribution of information between different staff levels of the company, the general public, and stakeholders. Now, again, we have to be very sure that we have a good AMGs and really or even after every month. Like in UK, AMGs happen after every month, and in Pakistan specifically, the annual general meeting goes on like at the end of 30th December. You should have a very nice relationship with the general public and the stakeholders. Like there must be no void or vivid information which we haven't shared with them. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Then we have providing information to the stakeholders. Obviously, what is happening inside the organization, the stakeholder must be aware for it. Communicating corporate vision and strategy. Again, every organization has their own vision, has their own strategy to work. Maybe they promote remote working, maybe they promote the on-the-job work, reinforcement of the public image, which acts as an effective bridge between the organization and the general public, which allows effective and timely distribution of information. That is what happens at the stock exchange. The information should be very void and clear and should be timely presented. Only then the shareholders are motivated to invest in your organization. Thanks to public relations strategy, we should know how to tackle the public. Like if I give examples of Pakistani politics, before the elections, what they do, the specific party starts to help around people, starts to give them fake sort of benefits, and once they won the election, everything goes back to normal. Emphasizes the importance of two-way communication. Again, like in general army or a strict environment through which centralized communication is preferred, that is only one-way communication. But two-way communication is very necessary. Obviously, when we have a good relationship with our top level management and with the lower level workers, we are going to split our thoughts easily. We are going to work as a team. They will feel valued. Clear? Again, these 3 points are a bit of an extra information, but let's do this. Corporate communication builds a strong reputation among customers and the potential investors. Now, the external corporate communication strategies, companies manage to establish a strong reputation among customers, which ultimately helps them in convert the leads into customers. That is, people which are coming towards them, you can make them your customers. Increase the customer retention and loyalty. Obviously, we're going to gain the confidence, the loyalness of those customers, get more revenue. Obviously, profit maximization is going to be our main thing. Positive public perception is an essential business asset, not only when it comes to customer attraction and retention, but also for gaining investors' trust. Now, obviously, the general public is your consumers. If they are happy, they feel good attraction towards your product, ultimately you will gain investors. And it will help you to gain profit maximization as well. Now we have to form a good relationship with the customers, with the clients and investors as well. Then we have corporate communication improves relationships, employee experience, and engagement. According to Engage for Success article, companies need to wake up to the fact that internal communication can no longer be treated as an afterthought. It's an important business function. When done well, it helps keep employees engaged and loyal to the organization. Again, you guys work in a corporate. When you have a good relationship with your MDs, you can convey your problems, your thoughts. You feel more motivated to work. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. Strong internal communication helps companies improve employee experience, which contributes to employee engagement and retention. Obviously, the experience, the corporate communication, which improves the employee productivity. That is how they're going to be productive for your organization. Employee engagement has a great impact on an organization's productivity. More engaged employees are likely to contribute more in terms of the organization's productivity. By engagement, I mean how they communicate with the management, how they're providing their thoughts and ideas. Sometimes people from the lower level management, they give you such a nice idea that it can change the whole scenario of the organization. Companies that foster a supportive work environment where employees are involved and get heard tend to achieve their goals effectively. There is an MCB bank, which is a microfinance bank. It is a very safe environment for the girls in Pakistan. Mostly the ladies, they want to work in those banks. Why? Because they give a very safe environment for them, a friendly plus safe environment. Was 1.1 clear?
Yes.
Assess how corporate communications link to the corporate objectives. Now, how link you have a perfect concept of till now what actually a corporate communication is. Now we're going to link it with the objectives. Corporate communication has a significant connection to the corporate objectives. The top management makes sure that company objectives are plainly communicated to the lower management through middle management. That is, the board of directors want the upper level management to convey the message, the order, to the lower level management in such a way because shareholders share a little bit of tough information with the board of directors and the stakeholders. They're in a difficult world. So it's the responsibility of the upper level management to convey the lower staff in a very simpler and a perfect way. This means that employees will most likely to be more enthusiastic and motivated towards achieving those objectives because they feel motivated, they feel important. Whether short term or long term, increasing productivity and employee satisfaction. Now, in an organization which thrives to get successful in the longer term, they always want employee satisfaction. Because if their employees are satisfied, they are working in a safe environment, they are getting bonuses and everything, they are going to work perfectly, not going to be recruiting on a monthly basis or biannually because again it's an expense of the organization if they have to recruit the workers every time because employees feel part of the discussion around the corporate objectives. It boosts morale and promotes a culture of transparency and accountability within the corporation. Now again, these two things, transparency and accountability and security, these three things are very important in the corporate society. When these three elements are present, the ultimate ultimately the communication is going to get better and we will achieve the goals as well. It's not necessary that when the AGMs or the meetings are going on with the board of directors or the top level management, the lower level management is also included. It is absolutely not necessary. We can only convey them, and just because we're conveying them the message, they get happy. But in few organizations, they do take consideration of the lower level management in terms when they're having a general meeting. They do like call one or two people from the departments. There are a number of corporate objectives, such as publicity. Communication is founded upon the press releases, direct advertising, and executive interviews. Collaboration. Working in teams to achieve the goals, set out information about projects and meetings. That is when we collaborate between the firms, between the workers. We always work in such a way that the information about the projects and meetings is conveyed perfectly. Printed proceedings. Precision is essential in all corporate communication. It frequently includes a written constituent in order to ensure clarity. That is the written memorandums, which we transfer in the organization. One of you even teach in the school, right?
Yes, I do.
I think Maha.
Yeah.
Okay, back in my professional life, when I used to teach in the university, whenever we like wanted to have any meeting from the principals, what they do pass the memorandum, a paper through which they take your signatures.
Right.
So that's what actually a printed proceeding is. In such a way, you feel motivated, you're giving your opinion whether you are agreeing with that statement or not. Like your signature means a lot.
Right.
And even in the firms as well, like Mariam, even work in the corporate sector, she must be knowing that these things do occur.
Yes, correct.
Yes. Then we can see from the assessment of the corporate objectives that in order to achieve these, it is imperative to have good corporate communications. Many people in the organization from the upper level body, they do the courses of communication because how you communicate, how you talk, how you behave, your body, your gestures, your eye contact, everything matters. This will help achieve great publicity, fluid internal external collaborations, and assist with maintaining and retaining new information. Are the objectives clear?
Yes, it is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Then we have analyzed the relationship between the corporate communications and corporate branding. Now we will see that what is the relationship between the CC, that is the corporate communication, and corporate branding. Now, corporate branding consists of logos, website, vision, your thoughts, brochures, credibility, marketing, quality, and advertising. Now, these are the features which helps make a corporate branding a perfect thing. Corporate use a symbol to identify themselves to their audiences or clients, which is the corporate branding. This is essential as it acts as a reminder of the existence of the company. Like different organization, they use people, consumers, or models to pursue or to convey their message. Like the shampoo brands, they always use a female brands, female models. Like they attract you in such a way that you are like easily motivated towards buy that product. We must also consider corporate image, which includes the objectives and plans of the organization. This includes services, communication activities, products, and management style. Is the concept of corporate branding clear?
Yes, it is clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now it is the way a corporation presents itself in public and how it presents itself on to its own employees. Therefore, it is not only about logos and advertising. Obviously, how you have like how you present yourself, how your relationship is with your employees within the internal organization and with your suppliers and consumers as well. This is what corporate branding is. Like in many organizations, I was watching a video. They specifically uses the child labor for the cloth making, but apparently they're selling like they're saying to the people that we are very sustainable organizations. That's not true. That's a biased statement. Employees, customers, partners, and all other stakeholder bodies play a key role in shaping the image of a brand. Obviously, these all people are very important. They have a necessity in the making of corporate image a good brand. A brand is a reflection of all the individuals related to it. Obviously, an organization is made up of all the people working inside it, and the way they depict your or represent your organization outside the world and inside the world is what the reflection of the individual is. That is why consistency matters so much. You have to be consistent in every organization, even in your personal lives as well. If you want to achieve a goal, for example, you want to gain weight or lose weight up to 10 kgs, how you will how are you going to achieve it? You need to be consistent. However, being consistent depends on defining a very clear philosophy and sticking to it. We get demotivated, we get distracted easily. So it's very important and necessary for the heads, board of directors, top level management to make the people, the employees, stick to the goal. This would represent the values, mission, vision, and the identity that resonates with the employees and customers. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. Right. Then we are done with the corporate branding. Now we have corporate communication, which we are discussing from the start of the lecture. But again, we have to define the relationship. So again, corporate communication links directly towards the advertisement, social media, marketing, sales, prices, internal communication, investors, and the public relations as well. Corporate communications are used to enforce and promote the organizational brand and its reputation through clarifying the brand strategy, brand position, brand identity, and brand message. That is, what is your strategy of the organization is going to be, how you're going to cope up with the market, with the competition, your position. Are you a new entrant into the market? Are you an older one or you are in a sustaining position? and how your brand is identified in the organization and outside the organization as well, like in a market. Brand message. For example, if you shop from the Adidas, I just saw yesterday, uh, they have clearly depicted on the website, like on their dashboards, that we promote green. We use the waste products to like transfer into the products. We are getting sustainable, we are getting greener, we are making the earth a clean place. That is how big brands tackle with their things. Like in reality, they're not promoting these things. They're not working as a green organization or a sustainable organization, but just to capture the market, just to capture the mind of people, they're doing this. Then we have again a definition that it refers to the internal and external audiences as well. The audiences include employees, customers, stakeholders, media, and the general public, government agencies, and third party regulators. Now, I didn't discuss much about the government. In the government, like corporate communication or the corporate sector, it is very important we have a good relationship with the government as well. Because once we're having a nice relationship, we are paying taxes on time and everything, what will happen? They are going to subsidize us as an organization. When we're going to get the subsidy, automatically we are going to get a relief. Then it can make many forms depending on the audience that is being addressed. That is, you should know who your target audience is. An organization communication strategy will typically consist of written word, that is internal and external reports, advertisements, website, copy, promotional materials, email, memos, press releases, and spoken word, that is how we're going to communicate. Press conferences, meetings, interviews, video communications. Non-spoken communications are the photographs, illustrations, infographics, and general branding. Clear this as well?
Yes.
Okay. Due to companies constantly having to operate in a more public spotlight, corporate communication techniques are used in order to promote more transparency. That is, you should be very clear with your audience and with the workers as well, which allows the general public to know that what the company procedures are and allows the company to justify their action. That is what I gave example of the stock exchange. They should like present a very vivid and a clear information, an opaque information to the investors. Only then they are attracted towards your company and invest in it. By knowing exactly what the company is producing, that is what they are making, it also installs a sense of confidence in the brand as consumers and stakeholders are able to not only view the performance of the company, but also to view and appreciate the value of that company and the product or services it provides. Like in many restaurants nowadays, they have started a live kitchen. It ultimately helps the consumers to eat more because they know they're making everything very in a hygienic way. Also, I wanted to give another example. If you guys watch YouTube, there is a channel called Insiders. Any idea about it?
No.
Okay. They basically show everything how the product is made. Few people go to their organization, into their factory houses, warehouses, and they like film how the things are made, like jellos, biscuits, coffee, everything. It is very interesting. You guys should see it. Like when I was young, like back in my 50s and 40s, I used to watch it every day. To have a strong corporate brand, corporate communication is key in creating trust between the company and its external and internal stakeholder, which ultimately improves the performance. Obviously, when we have to inculcate the corporate brand into the organization, it is very necessary that we have a bond which is of a trust between the company and the shareholders and the stakeholders in like even the employees as well, because it will ultimately improve the performance and we will gain the profits. We'll have a good image. Maybe in few or 2 to 5 years, we are going to get globalized. After analyzing these points, it is evident that the corporate communication is essential to achieving in achieving the targeted growth of any organization. Do you agree with this?
Yes, it is very important to have a strong corporate bond.
Yes. Like even in the big C's or the big corporate organization, or even in your schools and colleges, or even the universities, these things matters a lot. If you don't take any people or any teacher or any employee into consideration, he or she won't be motivated. She won't be teaching the students in a way that they should be taught.
Right.
That's it for today. Any questions?
No, thank you.
All right.